Around 16,000 cars travel through the Glendale Narrows each and every day, a high-trafficked section of road that needs lots of attention. Sunday, we found the West Virginia Department of Highways working through the morning, replacing center markers, which separate the north and southbound lanes.
It does slow you down a little bit, but the road has to be fixed, and it's long overdue.
Sharon Nedved travels the Glendale Narrows every day to her home in Moundsville. We found her stuck in this line of traffic, waiting patiently.
Other than this road, there's no road that connects Benwood and Moundsville, and it's going to make the drive a lot longer and a lot more difficult if that's the case.
I'm sure they're working on it the best they can, but it's just a tough spot of road. People really got to be careful and watch what they're doing.
The same goes for Mont Edge. He works for Lowe's and has to pass through the Narrows daily. Edge remembers it always being dangerous.
With the presence of the retaining fence on the northbound lane and the piling wall work that we're doing now, we're hoping that the safety features will improve to that section of the Narrows.
Acting construction engineer Gus Swade says there's plenty of work to do since the project started in the spring. Crews are working to fix a deteriorating embankment. An extra lane needs added on each side of the road, paving, and much more. The whole project totaling $6.9 million. While being tied up in traffic is an inconvenience for these motorists, they say it's worth the wait considering this section of road has been hazardous to drivers, causing accidents over the years.
I know they got a line of houses along the top of the ridge. It's hard for them to dig that out. The stones have been a problem coming down out of there. I really don't know what the solution is.
They've just ignored the problem till now. They can't ignore it any longer. And it's been one lane for over 2 years, which is ridiculous.
Reporting from the Glendale Narrows for 7 News, I'm Amy Wattis. Field in Pittsburgh, you can feel all of the excitement in the air. Now take a look at the line here. As you can see, contestants lining up, waiting for their turn to audition for season 11 of American Idol. Now I had the chance to talk with several people from around the Ohio Valley who traveled here to the Steel City in hopes of pursuing their dreams. We all need somebody to lean on. It was a scene unlike any other in Pittsburgh. Singing is all you could hear across the North Shore Friday as season 11 of American Idol came to the Steel City.
It's a great town. We love it here. I mean, this is cool. I will say, one of the things I've noticed about Pittsburgh, people are incredibly polite. I mean, compared to people from LA.
Over 12,000 contestants from around the nation surrounded Heinz Field for the first round of American Idol auditions, the largest crowd for a city so far since the beginning of the tour. This is the first time the Fox show has ever made it to Pittsburgh, and we got the chance to see firsthand the type of talent the City of Champions has to offer.
My girl's in the next room. Sometimes I wish she were you.
I've been sitting here staring at the clock on the wall.
That talented redhead is Paige Madden. We caught up with the Moundsville, West Virginia resident as she was waiting in line prior to auditions.
Talk about right now, you know, you're waiting in line, waiting to go into the stadium. What feelings are you feeling and what's going through your head?
Well, right now I'm trying to decide what song to sing because I'm between a few, and I'm kind of thinking about like how to act, you know, if to be too outgoing or not outgoing.
This is the first time the 18-year-old has tried out for the show. She tells me it's always been a dream.
Come on and take it. Take another little piece of my heart now, baby. When I get to Warwick Avenue, I'll tell you, baby.
Paige wasn't the only contestant we caught up with from the Ohio Valley. Triadelphia resident Jennifer Marshall tells me this was her last chance to audition. 28 is the cutoff age.
I tried out for Wheeling Idol. I've made it to, you know, semis, things like that, but never far enough to make it count.
Me and Jen have been friends since we were 3 years old. We've always sang together. We go to competitions together like Wheeling Idol, things like that. It's always been a dream of both of ours.
Okay, so the contestants are starting to filter out. Let's go talk to them and see how they did.
Unfortunately, they didn't want me this year, which is fine. Like I said, I got 10 more years, so I'll be back.
Others were lucky enough to get the golden ticket.
Oh my gosh, like seriously, when I got the golden ticket, it was I didn't think it was real. You see it on TV, but it was me. I had it, and my parents were my mom almost fell out of the stadium.
Singing is my passion, so why not get recognized and bless other people with your gift?
And the city of Pittsburgh was recognized for its outstanding talent. Now, I do want to point out the contestants will find out right away if they move on to the next round. Now, there are 2 other rounds following this. The first will be held in front of the executive producers. Then after that, it will move on to the celebrity judges. Do want to remind you this will all be taking place here in Pittsburgh. And then following this will be the auditions in Hollywood. But of course, you can stick with 7 News and WTRF.com as we continue to keep you updated on this story. For now, reporting from the North Shore in Pittsburgh, Amy Wattis, 7 News. Bill Jeffers is just plain fed up. At the mercy of the city of St. Clairsville and the St. Clairsville School District, Jeffers tells us he's dealing with major drainage and erosion problems on his property. He says a problem that began in the 1990s.
Where I live, there's an intersection of drainage that comes off of 3 hills, and it can no longer maintain that.
We got to take a good look at Jeffers' property Sunday, showing us each problem he says he's faced with. The St. Clairsville man's main concern is the erosion of this ditch next to his yard. During severe storms, rain backs it up, overflows onto his driveway about 6 inches, causing his driveway to wear away, something he's afraid will get even worse if nothing is done. He tells me he's tried to fix the problem over time, but can't do as much after being injured in a car accident last year.
And they said they couldn't do it any other way. But actually, what they were doing was keeping the water off the road in the wintertime so it wouldn't freeze, and putting their problem onto me.
Jeffers recently laid asphalt on the top of his driveway after he says the paved ramp put in by the city back in 2007 was ineffective. However, the city says they're doing their job. St. Clairsville City Services Director Dennis Bigler said, quote, St. Clairsville has done what's warranted and within the realm of public responsibility at the Jeffers property. The city has already spent thousands of dollars and just received a grant to install erosion control in a city ditch near the property, end quote. Bigler says Jeffers decided to take matters into his own hands, however, and take care of the ramp himself. Bigler went on to say, quote, City Council had a committee meet with Mr. Jeffers, viewed the situation, and Council as a whole has determined that no further action is warranted, end quote. Now, Bill feels the school can resolve this drainage problem with just one simple solution, by taking this pipe and rerouting it straight onto the school's property instead. However, it's still unclear as to whether the district owns this section of property. Jeffers says the problem got worse when the high school's new football field was built, creating water to run off in his yard.
What I'm getting is in a revolving door. One saying it's not our problem, the other saying it's their problem. It's going back and forth, and I'm at the, I'm in the middle.
In the middle and just asking for help.